Well, you mentioned TV rankings as definitely a factor, whether it's overt or covert. The Michigan-Ohio State game was the highest rated game.
I mean, I was
in like
tuned in
30
the entire
years.
time.
Yeah, it was incredible. Michigan State had this season's highest ratings until that game. So Michigan seems to be the common denominator there, but that game was a fucking blast. The nice part of it is I would have been just as happy if Michigan lost as if Ohio State lost. I was looking forward to that game just for the spectacle, and they provided all of it. I think it's kind of a good scenario. Obviously, we are united by our hatred for the University of Michigan, but in that scenario, I mean, we both hate Ohio State almost equally as much, if not equally as much. But it's just kind of nice to have that classic rivalry kind of be a rivalry again, because when Ohio State wins 10 in a row, how do you call that a fucking rivalry anymore? That's the classic hammer versus nail rivalry, which is not a rivalry. So I kind of like that idea that, Michigan finally wins it. So now going forward, there's some hope that these games will continue to be really good and not be so predictable going in the way the whole world, I think, thought that Michigan was going to get trounced. Michigan held strong. They were pretty impressive, especially on defense. They really control the game on the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. So they still gave up like 400 yards passing.
Yeah.
But they could run the ball at will. I saw
that's what was amazing.
They controlled the whole second half that way. I saw a crazy stat that I'm not sure is true, but Michigan never had a third down play in the second half. They'd get first or second downs. They'd get the first down on first or second down every time. So they just controlled the ball the whole second half and suffocated them. As I made the joke, like with 7 minutes to go, can Jim Harbaugh choke away a 15-point lead here, like he did against Michigan State? But that was, of course, halfway through the third quarter instead of halfway through the fourth quarter. But he did not choke it away, and they came away with a victory. So, whatever. Again, I would have been just as happy if Ohio State won. It was just a fun game to watch because I didn't really care about the outcome, other than this is kind of a cool scenario that rivalry might be interesting going forward. I think equally interesting were some of the shit talk before and after the game between the coaches. I don't know if you heard this. This is a big deal in Michigan, maybe not quite as nationally, but certainly a big deal in Ohio, I can tell you that. Jim Harbaugh, after the game, who's known for his odd quotes or using weird cliches in odd situations, said some people are born on third and think they hit a triple, which we've all heard that phrase many times. But he was referring to Ohio State coach Ryan Day, mainly taking a jab at him because Ohio State was such an incredible program, and Ryan Day walked in 3 years ago and just inherited it.
Right.
There's a quote from last year that wasn't necessarily wasn't necessarily supposed to be made public, but Ryan Day said, "Well, go ahead. We'll hang 100 on Michigan next year." I think that's when the COVID Michigan canceled the game because of a COVID outbreak last year.
Oh, right.
So there's some history there, but just some stupid back and forth. But I find it hilarious and ironic, and especially funny that the irony is lost on people like Jim Harbaugh and any Michigan grad that like that quote. The phrase "you're born on third and think you hit a triple" is the perfect way to describe Jim Harbaugh and the Michigan Wolverines and any Michigan University of Michigan person. They are the elite. They are the blue bloods that think their shit doesn't stink. So I just found it hilarious that I couldn't figure out when I first saw the quote. Like, some people think they were born on third and hit a triple. Like, that's you, Jim. That is every Wolverine out there. So I found that funny. I also saw on social media, like, people wearing t-shirts, Michigan versus everybody in maize and blue, playing the underdog card.
Oh,
like
God.
they're the downtrodden. That's a version of a classic t-shirt in Detroit versus everybody. That stems from the city of Detroit being shit on nationally. You know, it has not the greatest reputation, but we have pride in our city, and that city's actually made a big turnaround in the last 10 years. But
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, both of our cities here with the pop that goes on here in Chicago. I mean, we've both earned our
blue collar,
yeah, blue collar and people shitting on it. We've kind of earned it by the way it's covered in the national media.
but
But
for
but I totally understand and respect the idea of all of Detroit like that, but not fucking Ann Arbor.
yeah,
You're like the
Michigan,
fucking elitists enjoying your fucking wine before the game.
yeah, the wine and
Shut the
cheese
fuck
crowd.
up, you whiners. You want some cheese with your wine, you little bitches? Come on.
So those things just made me laugh. Like just the self delusion, the lack of self awareness made me chuckle.
Yeah, I
So
mean, I mean, good God.
congratulations to
Please.
Michigan for winning your big game. But you clearly make the rest of us laugh as you have no idea you're standing in the world.
Word Hole Media.